Welcome to video number 23 of the Michael Rossmer and John Su video Battleathon inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk. Today's video is about the dynamics of the Law of Three. And basically the Law of Three is everything happens in threes and it's a cycle of everything happening in three. So to be in a very general sense, life happens and the events are neutral. And as we experience them and interpret them, then our minds consciously and subconsciously sort it into positive and negative events or experiences. So then our mind sorts it into the negative, fills that up, then sorts it into the positive, fills that up, and as the positive and negative fill up, there's a certain point where there's enough negative and positive experiences that it kind of combines and resynthesizes into what we call making it our own. So once we make enough of the positive and negative experiences our own, we go to the next level. So it's kind of like when you just start a new activity like soccer. Everything's new and fancy, you don't really know what to make of things. Then as you start to do more of it, and you have more experiences and reflections, you kind of start to sort, oh, I like this, I don't like that. And then as you build your skills, you know what, I'm really good at this and I'm really good at that. And building your skills is kind of where you really make it your own, and that's kind of where you learn how to do things. So think of it like this. The Law of Three, everything starts neutral, then it starts to filter off negative and positive events to eventually have enough positive and negative events synthesized when you make it your own to go to the next level of whatever you're doing in your life. And you're probably wondering, why the hell is he telling me this? Okay, so cool, Law of Three, what's your point, John? So here's how I use the Law of Three in my life. You ever experience really positive events and they just seem to really like zoom by, like when you're in the zone or something, or you're just having such a great time flies by, right? You just totally, it's like you know, you're swimming down the river and you're swimming downstream, right? And I thought about it, if that's how it works for positive things, because positive things are what we want in our life and everybody wants positive things. But the problem here is when there's an imbalance in perception and say we're stuck in negative things, like you know when things suck for a really long time and it feels like forever, even though the same amount of time that has passed when something's really good, it just feels a lot longer. And to me, I thought about it, if we can experience really positive things really quickly, wouldn't that work the same way? You know how I say is positive is kind of like driving in drive with the gas down. Negative things is kind of like living life in reverse with the gas down, but it's actually not the gas down. You're kind of more like one foot on the brake and the other foot on the gas, and you're just doing burnouts, and it's just, you know, smoke and mirrors, and just, you know, you're coughing on the fumes. It sucks when things are negative. So I thought about it, if positive things can flow by really quick, why couldn't we do the same thing with negative events? But then I thought about it, why the hell would I want to live in the moment of a negative event and, you know, totally, how could I enjoy that? Because you can't enjoy negative events, I don't care. In the moment, you know, after the fact, you're like, oh, that was amazing, we survived. But in the moment, it really sucks. So when I thought about it, is it really about enjoying the negative moments in life? Or is it about really, you know, just flowing with the river, just like we do with positive events, instead of, you know, trying to fight it and repress it and just say, oh no, it's all good, you know, that positive movement bull crap of, oh, what's the positive side? And you try to bury and you turn into a really deep repression of, you know, what's actually going on. You're trying to bury your feelings. So just imagine like this. When you're in the zone for positive things, it's like swimming downstream. But when negative things happen, what do? We always resist, we always fight. So that's like swimming upstream, and you're still going down the same way because the river's flowing that way. But you're working at least twice as harder, in your mind you are, and you're not getting anywhere. Right? So when I thought about it, okay, you know, what does it mean to grab onto the negative and flow down the river? It's like this. It's if you feel insecure about something, you know, maybe a girl, you know, you like and you're scared and you just keep beating yourself up every time you see her. Instead of fighting that, saying, oh no, I'm not a wimp, or, you know, no, I'm going to do it, and you just kind of try to pump yourself up, maybe you just got to admit that you really are scared and that it really makes you nervous, and admit all the negative things you don't want to admit. And the weird thing here is this, is when you admit your negative emotions and you say, this is what I'm feeling, you're actually becoming one with that emotion instead of fighting it. And the weird thing is, once you attach to that emotion, that attaching to that emotion will bring a lot of information of, oh, what are you scared about? What are you insecure about? And then you kind of bring information to balance out that emotion. And you're like, oh yeah, wow, I am really scared to get rejected. And oh yeah, what if this happens? What if our friendship ends? And you kind of ask your own questions and give your own answers. You ever, been in a situation in your life where you had to face the fear? And the crazy thing is, once you face your fear, you realize it wasn't as bad as you imagined it. But all the terror and stuff that you were doing and terrorizing yourself was just happening in your mind. It never happened like that. But once you made that thing to say, I'm going to bite down and go into the negative because I have to, you realize the negative event actually goes by pretty quick. Kind of like the positive thing, but just not as enjoyable. But the speed and velocity of how the event kind of unfolds and deals with itself, it kind of has the same speed as, when you're experiencing something positive. So that's what I'm saying is, when your perception is skewed to the negative, ride that emotional river down, grab onto it, and then just start letting thoughts come to you. And here's the weird thing, if you notice in life, when things are going really good and you hit like that peak enjoyment, it's like that night you got wasted, it's like, oh man, that was a great time. Then you wake up in the morning and holy shit, it's a hangover from doom, I'm never doing that again. And of course, as you know, every time you say you're not doing that again, of course it happens again. I'm still doing it 10 years later. I told myself, no more. I always tell people, I've been killing brain cells since I was 25. Well, I'm 37 now, and we're still going 12 years strong. And I still feel I got a couple good years left in me. But anyways, going back to my point, when you're imbalanced in the negativity, ride the river so you can kind of fill up the law of three, the positive and negative, to go to the next level, right? And when you're kind of riding that positive wave, as you notice, whenever things go to a peak enjoyment, it starts to shift, and then the negative comes to balance it out. And really, life's not about enjoying all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. Life is the good stuff and the bad stuff. And the only way we go to level 2 is by experiencing an equal amount of positive and negative. But beyond experiencing it, it's the self-reflection where we synthesize both to bring it together into I guess, a neutral event to a positive or negative, back to a synthesized next level of positive and negative experiences to be split again. So hopefully you enjoyed that rendition of my law of three. To me it really helps solve all of the issues in life, because pretty much life is either amazing or sucks balls. But at the end of the day, to get to the next level, you've got to be amazingly at sucking balls to go to the next level. That's my 2 cents. And seriously, Rosmer, this is like the 4th set of videos I've done. Brother, I love you, but I'm going to have to take your name off and you're going to be starting to do some videos soon.